I represent everyone. It's you and I verse. We're gonna do a video on the moon in Aries from the first to the 12th house. And this will be for the sun in Pisces. With the moon in Aries, this is a charge. You'll have an initiating and creating a cardinal fire, initiating and creating new way of feeling in the emotional realm. So like a new vision upon your emotions, a new way of seeing your emotions. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna start it off with a little music to get y'all in the vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's called Third Person off the Origins album. You dig what I'm saying? Produced by 808 Trail. You know what I'm saying? Artist Metaphor 77. You know what I'm saying? Conscious in pursuit of president, speaking dollars, that's my precedence. Elevated, overthrow the president, flowing better than it's ever been.
A young Anglo-American golly, how we swiftly make the recipe in the custody belief. High vibe red zone and found myself. A with the vision, heaven elemental, periodic verse, hidden inside 47.
You'll be astonished, chronic oop doted, smoking out my lungs, pack a punch. That's how we make my breath bleed. Make it physical, make my mouth, mental matters, Mary Peggy, screen, make my chakras balance.
Truly want a lady, but I'm blessed.
Truly wanna thank ya, to my creator. Love renaissance to the fullest, it's all love from up above. Switching lanes, gripping on the wheel again to the fifth dimension. In a sit-in,
Indian style do.
crimping blood united too. But don't pass, turn the blunt, fool. Starts with this a killer concerts, inspire me to top the bomb first. Only bitches made of leaders, indigo the truly golden leaders. But it's gangland, so grab a heater. We all King Kuta to these martial law pursuers.
Another dead by police.
Or interracial beef. Ground in the melting pot, divide and conquer how they plan to feast. Yo, metaphor hit you with the freestyle, you know it's meanwhile, and I got the third eye on my chest, but it really should be over top the motherfucking head, and I just dropped it on the head, pointed head top, and I know why I gotta drop top, cause you motherfuckers ain't know I drop it off the top, and I flip it up like I flipped the rock, and I don't know, cause you hit the rock, motherfuckers, why you hit the rock, and you motherfuckers, why you throw up the rock, y'all like spiritual crackheads, cause y'all throw up the rock, dig what I'm saying? But yeah, the moon in Aries is like I said, initiating, creating new ways of emotionally seeing your feelings. You see what I'm saying? So like in this aspect, it's like a charge to your emotional emotions. You see what I'm saying? In the natal chart, this is going to be a charged individual emotionally. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be taking power upon their visions and their way that they feel the vision that they've created emotionally. You see what I'm saying? Or the vision that's being created around them. And like that's the fire aspect. You see what I'm saying? And that's the natal chart. You look at the transiting chart. This is the time to initiate and create your passion and be very passionate. That put that internal passion in the external realm. You see what I'm saying? Be externally passionate. If that has whatever you're passionate about, you dig what I'm saying? So like this is a good time to tap into that Mars and Gemini energy, because then we have the moon in Aries. It's gonna be sextile on that. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be a real good alignments going on. You dig what I'm seeing, and then you know you can look even deeper into it. You got alignments with Lilith, because we got the Leo and Lilith, and it'd also be we have Mercury, I think, in Aquarius right now, if I'm not mistaken, and that's gonna be a sextile to the moon right now. Dig what I'm saying? But yeah. Shouts out to y'all listening to the music and checking out the freestyle as well. It's like I say in the transiting chart. To get back to the meat and potatoes of the video, it's the time to initiate and create your vision. You see what I'm saying? And be passionate about where your emotions are at. You see what I'm saying? So in the first house, this is going to be a personal affair, a personality, and your way of taking charge of it. This is a time to, on the higher octave, be externally passionate in your personal life. On the lower octave, you're going to be uncomfortable being externally passionate. You're going to have those internal passions. You're not going to be externalizing them due to being a bit docile. So I'm saying, so like to rectify that, you want to see where your emotions are at and just express that. You see what I'm saying, and know where those emotions are at, and work with them and be able to get them to the higher octave of that Aries. So that way you're able to say fuck that feeling, fuck that emotion. You see what I'm saying? And then like I said, on the hierarchy of the first house, you're going to be taking charge of your personality and your personal life. So this is a time to express oneself. You see what I'm saying? And express your emotions, express your personal emotions. Um, because we have Aries here, and you want to be Martian. You be passionate about your emotions, things like that. Um, in the second house, this would be your values of a person, place, or thing. So you're going to value your way of feeling emotionally passionate. Emotionally passionate in an idea realm, the idea that you're creating, you're going to be very emotional, passionate about that right now. The place that you go, you're going to be, if you value it, it's going to be a very passionate circumstance. You see what I'm saying? So like, this is a time to like, if you're with a, if you're going to a place with family, you see what I'm saying? You might want to just tone it down a little bit. You see what I'm saying? If you want to be more in a relatable environment, you see what I'm saying? You want to create that relatable energy. So tap into that kind of little opposite energy. Think about the second house with it being the values. Sometimes the fire likes to burn through reality, so it's hard to value things. So in this realm, you want to be able to value other people's passion and value their their passion level. If they're on the same kind of echelon as you, then boom, okay, then you can work together. You see what I'm saying? You can value this person. You can value this person's ideas. You both have valuable ideas, and due to that, maybe whenever you link up in a place, then you'll be able to value that place. So in turn, that's how you create your value. You see what I'm saying? So see others that are passionate like you, and this will be a time to work with that. Salute to you too, man. First eye, Cam 3198, I think it say. 3196. Shouts out to you. So yeah, if you're in the lower octave of that second house and you only value in like certain ideas of passion that are kind of like lower octave, like you only value in getting over on somebody, or you value in the emotions of like really just getting yourself out there. Kind of, I'm pretty much trying to go around the word sex, but real shit like the Mars octave. You know what I'm saying? The lower octave would just be having sex in your mind all the time. So, if you value in the sex thing, so you want to be able to value having a family type thing. So this is a time to feel passionate about what you really should value. If you want that lower octave of values, kind of find the right values. So I'm saying find the right thing to be passionate about and find value in that. In the third house, this would be your environment, being a passionate environment. This would be like a charged up environment. So at this time, your environment is going to be emotionally charged. So this is a time to be, if you're have people have the same echelon of passion as you. You know what I'm saying? You're on the same passion level, then you're able to connect with them in the environment. You're able to have that communication. So you're able to externalize your passion, and it ends up being a real good alignment. You think about the third house, birthing Gemini. You have an Aries here. This is kind of like a sextile alignment. So it's the real the trine is the gift, and the sextile is like an easy flow of energy, so to speak. So you look at the Gemini being here. Pardon me, the third house being here with Aries. It's going to be able to you're able to adapt to your environment, their passion levels, and boom, you're able to in turn communicate with that. So then, if you're on the lower octave of the third house, you feel uncomfortable communicating about your passions and things that you're passionately charged about, and they're in your emotional realm, things like that. So, like, a little excerpt, a little side note, so to speak, about Aries energy when it's in the moon. Um, Try not to feel so emotionally charged about just what you have going on, because at times, sometimes you take things very personally. So I'm saying Aries is the personal sign of the individual sign. So don't take things too personal. If it's a passionate environment, it's a passionate conversation, things like that. That's just the energy we're going through right now. So if you're on the lower octave of not wanting to express yourself in that passionate realm, see what you have going on emotionally, and see what things you actually could communicate about that you're actually have like kind of in the depths and you haven't really brought out um, emotionally. So I'm saying you haven't expressed those passions. And this is a time to communicate about that in your environment. You're going to be experiencing that charged up environment. Everybody's going to be talking about their passions. So in the fourth house, this would be your privacy, your home life, your family, things like that, things close to your heart space. So this is going to be a charged up heart space. So you're going to be feeling very emotional about your passions. So you're gonna take it personal if somebody doesn't have the same exact emotions upon your passion, and they don't feel the same as you. You see what I'm saying? This would be a time to not be too gaslit. You see what I'm saying? If somebody isn't really rocking what you got going on, type of thing. It's kind of just like keep it moving type thing. If you got to burn through reality and burn through this heart space, then okay, yeah, then be passionate about where your heart's at, and then move through with that. You know what I'm saying? On the lower octave, you feel uncomfortable being passionate about your family, your heart space, and where your heart's at, and you can't actually push through this square alignment because it's the fourth house birthing Cancer, and you have Aries here. This is a square alignment. So with that being said, it's a time to kind of learn more about where to put where to have your heart at, kind of thing. Like it's good to be passionate about your heart space if it's toward the right things type thing. On the higher octave, you're passionate about the right private things to you, the right family members, the right heart space. You know what I'm saying? You're able to you're able to feel comfortable in the heart space in a way. So like you're able to feel passionately about where you're at in your heart space type of thing. And in the fifth house, this would be expressing your passion on the higher octave. On the lower octave, you feel uncomfortable expressing your passion. So with that being said, the fifth house, you want to be able to put it on the stage, put your passion on the stage. It's a time to show that you're the best at what you do. You know what I'm saying? You're the only one. You're the individual in this space. You know what I'm saying? You're the one that's the originator. On the lower octave, you feel uncomfortable expressing your passions. Like I said, on the higher octave, you're expressing your passions. So to get out of the lower octave, you want to express where your emotions are at. You know what I'm saying? But you want to maybe do it in a more creative kind of way. So in a way that this is not like a challenging and opposing kind of way. It's more of like we work together and we both express our passions, and then boom, like it's that echelon thing. You want to find people that are on the same wavelength in the passion realm. You know what I'm saying? Or vibration realm. And then the sixth house, this would be your routine, patterns, and health. And this is a time to be passionate about your routine and passionate about your health, passionate about what you're pushing. So an example would be like an individual with the sixth house in Aries might have their own fruit and smoothie bar because they're so passionate about health. They want to help everybody out with their health wise. They want to be the first one in the space. They want to be the first one to have the first smoothie bar in the hood, things like that. This would be that sixth house Aries for an example. This would be a time to be passionate about your schedule and say like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this at 6 o'clock. Yeah, let's go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to on the higher octave, you're able to be passionate about your schedule and with your routine. On the lower octave, you don't even have a routine, so you're just all discombobulated this and the third. This is the time to be passionate about what you got going on in your routine and pattern, and kind of get that spark to actually figure out where you want to do things throughout the day, this and the third. And that's the way you're going to rectify this energy whenever the moon continues to transit. So do that today, and then tomorrow, whenever the moon's finishing up, you'll be able to, really get yourself together, and then have that second house. Pardon me. You'll have Taurus in the moon soon. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to ground that, so to speak. That's the way to get out of the lower octave in the sixth house. And then in the seventh house, this would be a passionate relationship on the higher octave. You're able to feel comfortable expressing your passions in your relationship. Lower octave, you feel uncomfortable expressing your passions in your relating to your passions in your relationships. You know what I'm saying? And speaking about them and having a conversation about your passions. If you feel uncomfortable about that, that's the lower octave here. On the higher octave, you feel comfortable relating your passions. So to get out of the lower octave, this is a time to seek out those relations that are more like initiating, create um, your passion. You know what I'm saying? Your relating passions. Maybe you'll be the first one to tell someone you appreciate them, this, that, and the third, and then you'll tell them about why you're passionate about having this conversation, this relationship. Boom, boom, boom. That's where you can work it out with the little Libra rising in the seventh house right now. I'm Libra rising with Aries in the seventh house. If you're on the lower octave, you feel uncomfortable relating to your partner. You just want to kind of relate what you are passionate about. Maybe it'll click. So I'm saying, you might as well shoot for it. In the eighth house is behind the scenes secrets, things in the occult and mysticism, things like that, and also sex and internal passion. So this would be externalizing your internal passion. This is a time to be within. If you're on the higher octave, you're able to express what you have going on behind the scenes, and you're passionate about. I'm passionate about it, things like that. You see what I'm saying? You're able to bring it to the forefront. You feel comfortable bringing your passions to the forefront. Because it's behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's the time to transform the way you feel about your external passion. It's an interesting alignment, double Mars alignment. On the lower octave, you feel uncomfortable transforming what you're passionate about. So you just kind of want to stick in the same behind the scenes and secrets. You know what I'm saying? So you're not willing to transform your secrets. You're not willing to externalize that passion. In the ninth house, this is knowledge, wisdom, experience, and ways of traveling in the mind and also externally. So, with this being said, this would be a time to take charge of your knowledge and wisdom and be passionate about it. And if you and bring your knowledge and wisdom to the forefront in your passionate realm. So I'm saying, with this being said, you want to maybe travel to that place that you feel passionate about to actually gain more knowledge and wisdom. You see what I'm saying? And this is a time to initiate and create a new knowledge of wisdom and things like that. This is a time to feel comfortable doing that. This is a time to create a new way to travel. This is a time to create a new way to mentally travel as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's on the higher octave with the ninth house. You feel comfortable um, being passionate about your knowledge of wisdom. Lower octave, you feel uncomfortable um, being passionate about your knowledge of wisdom. And this being said, your your like knowledge of wisdom isn't something to be passionate about. So you want to find what you can be passionate about in your knowledge of wisdom, and find a thing that actually does give you that spark of the and actually does take you to a new space, so to speak, for that ninth house. Then the tenth house, this would be your status, blueprint, career, and with the Aries in the tenth house, this would be a square alignment. Like mentioned it. This is a good way to easy way to break it down. Think about the 10th house birth in Capricorn, and you have an Aries here. This is also a square alignment. This would be learning how to be more passionate about your status, learning to be more passionate about your career, learning to be more passionate about your blueprint. This is the time to feel on the higher octave, feel building on your passions and what you're passionate about. Um, So with this being said, it's like you feel comfortable on the higher octave, building on a status. You feel uncomfortable building on your status, lower octave. And pretty much for the lower octave, just put in some work. You know what I'm saying? Take charge. That's the simplest way to break it down. In the 11th house, this would be associations, group, and humanitarian kind of thing. Like this would be like the family that's not family type thing. This would be time to be passionate about your groups. Time to be passionate about your community. Um, you feel comfortable on the higher octave being passionate within your groups. On the lower octave, you feel uncomfortable being passionate within your groups. So this is be a time to maybe separate from that little group that that you don't feel you're having the right experience kind of going on. We had this new moon just happen in Pisces. This is you initiating, creating this way of with the group. You know what I'm saying? So if you had that 10th house in Pisces, and you were trying to figure out which status or dream you wanted to rock with, and then you have now this moon in Aries in the 11th house, and you're like, okay, if um, does this group align with my dream? You know what I'm saying? Am I able to be passionate about this around this group? You know what I'm saying? So like things go hand in hand whenever you look at the moon and how it transits. So like I say, if you're on the lower octave, you want to find a group that's more passionate about your dream. You know what I'm saying? More a group that's more passionate about what you're associated with. And then in the 12th house, this would be your dreams, illusions, and nightmares about what you're passionate about. So you're feeling on the higher octave comfortable expressing your dreams, illusions, and passions. Dreams, illusions, and nightmares. You feel comfortable being passionate about that. On the lower octave, you feel uncomfortable being passionate about your dreams, illusions, and nightmares. So whatever nightmare you're going through, you're so scared you don't even want to face it. You know what I'm saying? This is a time to face what you've created and what you're creating and where you feel emotionally. This is a time to take charge of your dreams, so to speak. So on the lower or higher octave, you just want to take charge of your dreams and see which part of the dream and illusion and nightmare you're in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the first of the 12th house. And we could do a little bit of breakdown. What's going on in Pisces season. We have word up. Shouts out to you. Thank you for listening. Um, yeah, a little bit of breakdown for Pisces season. We'll look at the influence of Neptune throughout this, and then we're also going to have a bunch of other things going on within. We're having this new moon just happened in Pisces, and things like that. This would be a time for your just really see your dreams in action. So like the sun is about actions, taking action. This, that, and the third. So taking action upon your dream, illusion, and nightmare. That's the sun in Pisces. So this is a time to realize if you're taking action in a delusional state or if you're taking action towards your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So like you kind of see where your trajectory is taking you and which way you're adapting to in this Pisces season. So the Pisces season is all about like seeing your dream and seeing you take action upon your dream. So like if you're not seeing things be mutable and adapt to what you know where you see things in your dream realm, this and the third, like Pisces is that sign that's like in their own little world, so to speak. So if the actions that are being taken part in your own little world are beneficial and harmonious, then you know that this Pisces season is going good for you, so to speak. That your dreams are being achieved, and you can see new dreams being sprouted from that. You can see where you want to take this next year, this, that, and the third. You're able to kind of sit back and be on the top of the top of the water, and not deep in the water like Scorpio, and not on the beach like Cancer. You're able to kind of float on the water like Pisces, and you're able to see like, oh, yeah, I can adapt this dream. All right, I can feel this type of way, this, that, and the third. So yeah, that's where the Pisces energy is at. So yeah, have fun with this energy, this, that, and the third, but also don't get too lost in your illusions. And this is a time to be aware on the road. Take control and be what's the saying? This is like a saying for this. Drive for yourself and others at this time, for real. So we're gonna have the Mercury going in Pisces, and everybody gonna be thinking real delusional. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be on their phones while they're driving this way. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. Be careful in the Pisces season, and tap into those streams and adapt to other people's emotions, because you can see like, okay, I see where this person's emotional state is at. You see what I'm saying? That this dream isn't really the same kind of dream that I got going on. But look, we driving down the road. All right, this person want to get in the far left lane and the far right lane, but I ain't trying to get hit. That's not my dream. Break. Let them achieve their dream real fast and adapt to their emotion. Boom. Okay, let me get in the middle lane now. Boom. Let me stay off the left lane, so we don't got to deal with crazy people. The second, third. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like see things happening. It's the Jupiterian influence with Pisces being here. It's like Jupiter is at home in Pisces, so the emotional delusionality. I don't even know if delusionality is a word, but the emotional delusional nature of Pisces is really what's you're gonna experience here. So it's like, okay, you know, do I want to have this delusional optimism, or do I want to have delusional like, oh, you know, things might not work out for me, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So this is the time to believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Have that internal emotional realm of expansion. You want to expand your emotions at this time. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it's like achieving those dreams. So like your heart gets a beat, and you see what I'm saying? That dream starts to being achieved. And you're like, oh, wow. You see what I'm saying? Like this is something I've seen happen. You know what I'm saying? From far away, long ago. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to create new dreams and then close those old dream chapters whenever we have the full moon going to be in Virgo. You can see like, okay, this is the details I didn't need to work out. This, that, and the third. And then with that being said, you're going to be able to, okay, at the end of Pisces season, you'll be able to, oh, what do I want to initiate in Aries season? You'll be ready to go. So I'm saying, so that'll be the real new year. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, much love and holler back at me. Let's do a little ride out, y'all. I'm gonna do another little song to ride out. Saying, let's see. Let's do the intro joint. Hold on a second. I gotta reconnect to the big bad speaker real fast. It disconnected at ease. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Bear with me real quick. Bear with me. All right, it's connected at ease. Shouts out to you don't stand for nothing, bro. That's the problem. Shouts out Meet You Dark. You know what I'm saying? A little intro joint. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, I got my little mic. Lessons of life, walking a tightrope underneath the microscope. I begin to end the hope. Streams connected to a rope. Physical and spiritual split. Eyes closed, eye open, aspirations start to take form. Intuition, attraction, brought into life the separate dimension. Lucid dreaming, this matter is foreign, never be foreseen, but path is foreseen. Stairway to heaven, we elevate again. Triple eight the time, space, matter in my hand. But matter is hand, is man even care for the land. Opening up fluoridated eyes, attempts to block a sixth sense, calcification of a true life. This my birthright, what I was born with, my essence, born to defeat the misconception. They blocking us, chakra about to melting pot like molten lava. Asked to imitate, you don't hear nada. Cause all I can be is Representation of myself is self-perceptive perceptions is how one eye see it. Ask the God body, did you know he's nobody? Ask the God body, did you know he's nobody? It's how one eye see it, it's how one eye see it. Some guys gotta get it again. Verse 24 to make Aurora Borealis, Paleophilosophy. Remember what you was meant for? Born from four circles, originally a spirit, forming an aura around Peter again. Crystal clear, eyes sitting on top of foreheads. My moral is the saintless. Stars in the sky. One love, see low, I know. They living in our spirit. In disguise, or possibly beside a mortal I be. Ask a God body, did you know he's nobody? Ask a God body, did you know he's nobody? It's how one eye see it. Underneath the microscope, I begin to end the destitution. Common man place to solve the space. Time didn't exist until you let it. I'ma need some letters to cope this, the rhetoric. Watch yourself, business 3. Third person knowing nothing so they know I can see. Every day, AK, this system is a corruption. Ear and conundrum, facing fear, sweet, redundant. God, we divulged in no less abundance. When I'm Roman on this earth, but in the mental, still trapped in stables. Lead a horse to drink, this the water you may sip. Invariantly shift the earth through the 7 seas, flow, evolve, never eroded. Shit, we encoded what it's like. Do you need me to reappear again? Say begin, but my soul is infinite. Artificial moon steady drift.